Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins. Live streaming in downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Hump day. Whoop. What's going
Halfway.
on? Did you hear the one about the ping pong playing robot? Japanese Olympic table tennis player facing off against a robot said it was no different than playing against a human. You believe it?
It's hard to tell from this video because they even said that this wasn't a speed competition. This was just about angles and the right type of skill level. But the speed competition, I guess he faced off in a speed one later on and said that it was just as the same as playing against a human, and that once it evolves a little bit further, it will just make a great practice player.
I am very close to acquiring a ping pong table for my garage, nay, rec room.
Yep.
And I would love to have a robot to play against.
I mean, that's a must now. You can't have just a regular ping pong table. That doesn't.
Ping pong playing robot.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice cameo going on here in the background. There's Brian there. Takashimaya Department Store opened a robot specialty department for the first time in Japan today. 20 different robots on sale at a robotics studio. There's an English-speaking robot with artificial intelligence. English textbooks are also sold together. Also sells a robot which is useful in daily life. Laundroid.
The laundroid. Who doesn't need a laundroid to do their laundry?
What's your name?
My wife would love a laundroid.
Now, this is the English-speaking robot. Apparently, a lot of these I don't know what to call them, robots are being used just specifically for learning and come with English textbooks. I guess this department store is looking to put together some sort of English classroom where you can go and interact with robots that will teach you to speak English.
Yep.
So that's fun. But coming up next after this one, let's just fast forward a bit. This is the Laundroid, I think. Oh. Well.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess this is it.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. It would appear that our exposure is still being limited.
Yes, that is until Thursday at 5 p.m. So tomorrow
Well,
evening.
for those of you who have managed to find it, welcome to the show. Rich and compelling, now this.
Hold on, ready? That's what happens when a trash panda finds a bunker that he really enjoys.
Everything okay back here? You are. Okay, it's National Taco Day.
Tacos. Ready?
Yep. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
You know, it's interesting. I remember, so those commercials were right around the same time that Godzilla movie came out. And there were a whole bunch of Taco Bell Godzilla commercials that I remember going on around that time.
This
Otherwise,
is
I don't remember.
National Taco Dog Day.
Exactly.
You remember what?
Just those commercials. I mean, they were so popular, and they were only around for like a year, and then
3 years.
Three
97 to 2000.
Okay.
The Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie was 1998.
Yeah, and I remember the one he's out there, oh, hey lizard, lizard, trying to call the lizard. I don't know.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Here you go, Ken. Here's one for the file. National Taco Dog Day.
Okay, so I have another rich and compelling video that we're going to have to take a look at. Look at this.
What you got there?
No, but
Kind of looks like it.
Just a dog trying to blend in.
That is rich and compelling. Mm-hmm. You know what else is?
What?
Nosehead.
You've got two today?
Nosehead. The guy
man.
whose head is a nose. Or whose nose is his head. Nosehead.
With a tiny hat.
Nosehead. You have to appreciate the absurdism of it. A former British Olympic skier broke a Guinness World Record for speed skiing while being towed by a vehicle. What's that? Yeah, I think so. Nosehead. Graham Bell made his record-setting run in Sweden, teaming up with Jaguar, not Jaguar, to make the attempt. The previous record was 70 miles per hour. Bell achieved an average speed of over 117 miles per hour, zipping over the snow while holding a tow rope.
Now, I've never done this before, but kind of want to try it now.
Speed skiing.
I just mean being towed by a car. I think that'd be a whole lot of fun. But yeah, that kind of speed is kind of dangerous.
The agony of defeat.
Jaguar's probably getting some pretty cool content out of this whole thing too.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Maria Couch Caucci says, I love Nosehead. Tammy says Nosehead thinks he knows everything. The quality of the humor on this program continues to increase at an exponential rate. Mochi, a fluffy 8-year-old St. Bernard, was recently named the Guinness World Record holder for the longest dog's tongue.
It's
kind of frightening. 7.3 inches from snout to tip.
That's how you measure?
Apparently, according to this, Mochi is a rescue and lives in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
All right, I'm going to slow this down. Let's take a look at this dog's tongue.
Ugh. It's almost. Some things are. Never mind. Polar bears gather to eat a whale carcass. Oh, I cannot wait for this. Hundreds of polar bears gathered on Russia's far eastern shore to get a bite of the washed-up remains of a whale. About 200 polar bears dotted the shoreline.
It's absolutely amazing. I didn't realize that there were, that many polar bears even in the wild. I know they're somewhat endangered, and just to see that many all on the same shoreline is kind of surreal. But, that's what happens when a whale dies and lands on the shore. You get all your polar bear friends together and you make a night of it, maybe a week. I don't know. It depends on how much food there is. Now, Kim Possible Martin with the factoid. You're absolutely right. The St. Bernard is the current record holder. The prior holder, let me see, was a boxer named Brandy who had a 17-inch tongue, but she died in 2002. So she has the world record for the longest tongue ever, but what was the other one? Moochie is the current record holder.
Moochie?
Mooch.
You mean Mochi?
Mochi? I don't know.
Moochie is
Scaramouche?
Poochie from The Sims. Scaramucci, who followed me on Twitter one night in the middle of the night for some weird reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, can you go back to the speed skiing?
Mm-hmm.
But without audio, no audio, man.
Okay, yep, no audio.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport. The thrill of victory. agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports. Brought to you by...
I mean, back in the day,
That was it.
that was it. I mean, that would come on and everything would stop. You'd be watching that. A Brazilian police operation Monday night foiled the plans of a group of would-be heisters who had tunneled more than 1,600 feet underground to the edge of a bank that reportedly contained more than $300 million. Had the robbers succeeded in breaking into the bank's vault, the heist would have been the largest ever in Brazil's history. According to police, the group had been watched for close to 2 months as they tunneled from a home in the Sao Paulo neighborhood of Jacaré Santo Antonio to a nearby Bank of Brazil building. Police say work on the tunnel had begun 4 months ago, and the tunnel was supported with wood beams and steel bars, electric lights. 16 people arrested Monday in a raid on a separate location. They arrested the group's masterminds. They've been watched for close to 2 months. So for 8 weeks, they dug.
And probably a little while before that too. A for effort. You gotta give them that.
Hey, Maria Couch-Kauke, what's going on there? Just so much more fun to say Kauchi.
Kauki.
As there's that feedback again. Austin Rogers, the current Jeopardy champion, has already racked up an impressive 5-day total of almost $200,000 in winnings. Not only is he crushing it, he looks like he's having a great time. Do we have sound?
Yes, we do. Here, let's take a look at this.
Answer. Daily double. Maybe it won't hurt you at all.
6,500. What is a Tootsie Roll?
That's right.
I need this.
And a big win, $36,000 for the new champion. He's got hair, he's got chutzpah, and broad-based knowledge. You wind up with $23,900 today and an impressive 2-day total of $59,900. He now has a 3-day total of $96,100.
Now, if I walked out my back door and turned north, I wouldn't reach another house for 6 miles. My dad was the ranger there. I taught rock climbing and nature camp there. And
Did you have any encounter with a wild animal?
usually drunk kids from John Jay High School.
Okay. Austin.
Who are the Eagles?
Yeah, tough. You don't like the Eagles? 2 dislikes in one show, in one round. 27,000, and now a very impressive 4-day total of.
So, what's the verdict? Well, 86% of people who know who he is and what he's about love this guy. The other 14% in a poll that I saw think that he's a hipster DB.
Yes, well, those 14% probably wouldn't be very good at Jeopardy now. But yeah, you got to phrase it in a question type of thing. It's just people this guy's a smart guy, and if he's having a little bit of fun, see, sometimes Jeopardy seems so dry. There isn't a whole lot of character to it. And a lot of times the contestants are just kind of shut-ins. So it's good to see someone who's got a little personality.
I like that move right there. What was the streaker alert thing?
I don't know. Apparently, Jeopardy puts these videos together occasionally.
Was he pantomiming a flask?
I think so, yeah.
It looked like that's what it looked like. Would you rather have him over to your house or Ken Jennings? I think I'd go with this guy.
Yeah, this guy seems like more fun.
To have a scotch with? Mm-hmm. Jennings seems a little bit, more of a...
But when you need an IBM computer, I guess Ken's the guy to call.
A Lebanese man took a selfie with a pigeon while traveling in Poland, which sounds like the setup for a joke, but it actually happened in the real world. The photo has since gone viral.
then
And
people
then
just
other
start
people
doing
have,
this.
Yeah, the other people have started doing this as well.
And I love this one. Someone painted it in watercolors.
Brilliant! Actually, Gary might be onto something. Can you go back to
Oh, Richard
Jeopardy
Dreyfuss?
guy? Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws.
A little bit. Now, Breaking Bad. On Breaking Bad, he looks like the Gale, the chemist. He looks a lot like that guy, too.
Okay.
But, yeah, Richard Dreyfuss, I see that, too.
Some very large sea turtles are safely back at home in the sea, and no one was more happy than the group of people that placed them there. 63-pound loggerhead named Hank had been, help me, Hank, had been cared for at the Sea Turtle Hospital since May. Hank is one of 4 sea turtles returned to the Atlantic Ocean after being rehabilitated at a South Carolina aquarium, which I have been to. Jacob, a 160-pound loggerhead suffering from a shark bite, has been recuperating since June. In all, 3 loggerheads and 1 Kemp's Ridley sea turtle released at the Isle of Palms County Park. Love me some Isle of Palms. The entire, look at that.
I love this. This turtle is like, no, I still got things to do before I head back to the sea. I got to turn around. And then everyone just picks him up and carries him out to the sea.
So there's a sea turtle at Great Lakes Crossing named Carr
With 2 R's?
with 2 R's.
All right.
And he's got a buddy there. I can't think of what the other turtle's name is, smaller one. And I was feeding him, like hand feeding him, and he got me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I was wondering, like, can one of these turtles take off a finger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire Pearson family visits Kevin on set in Los Angeles for a Manny taping. Jack confronts his demons in the wake of his fight with Rebecca. This must be This Is Us.
Yes, This Is Us. That's tonight.
All right, so it's Maria Coach Cao-Chi.
Cao-Chi.
Cao-Chi. It's a very misunderstood, mystical martial art.
Right.
Cao-Chi. It goes back thousands of years. Cao-Chi is practiced most often these days as a digital extension of communication via the interwebs and social media. Cao-Chi. Not to be confused with kimchi.
Which is, I don't, I'm not.
You don't like pickled cabbage
No.
via the Korean grocery store?
It's just too spicy.
Cao-Chi. I'm sorry, I happen to be a master of Cao-Chi. So the bowl of bacon today that I posted on my Facebook page at Jason Carr TV, what is your go-to neighborhood specialty place, store, market, kind of place where you might be able to say, if you want to get a 6-pack and a slice of pizza, well, then you're going to go to Tanya's Pizza in Royal Oak.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a specialty store. It's like a party store and a pizzeria in one.
Okay, in Dearborn, there's an Italian market right on Telegraph.
What's it called?
Back in my day, it was called La Cantina. I don't know what it's called anymore. Same owners, but I think it changes names occasionally. Anyways, that's where I get all my sandwiches.
How about the Honeybee Market in Southwest Detroit, where I get breakfast burritos?
Yeah, those are good breakfast burritos.
Went there this morning in search of queso ruffles. They don't have them.
No?
The southwestern Detroit Mexican-influenced grocery store, Honeybee Market, does not have queso ruffles, but we have them, strangely enough, in our upstairs Avanti Market.
Mm-hmm.
Our 7-Eleven that's like right inside Local 4.
Gary's talking about a place called Vincent Joe's.
Maria Couchy says, "Oh my God, we have an up north type party store down the road. Great pizza and subs." Kim says, "Fairlane Drugs at 12 and Shaner." My wife gets Middle Eastern food at a place that's like it's a party store, but also has shish kebab and falafel and all that stuff.
Yeah, how was that bacon cake?
Decadent, very sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't make it. There were apples in the center of it. I didn't make it that far. I was like mowing on the outside, and then they're like, "Oh no, there's apples in the middle." Big hit in the Live in the D office was the bacon cake, so appreciate that. Taylor Monique says that she is still looking for queso ruffles in the store herself. They're not easy to find, and the guy who stocks the Avanti Market for us says they're selling out everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere,
Queso?
queso ruffles, where it's like queso dip, like ruffles that taste like queso dip. Very cheesy, also spicy, tangy. Kim loves us to the moon and back, but just once could you feature a restaurant in Macomb County? Pardon me, I have to shave my monkey.
Restaurants in Macomb. I don't know. I don't spend much time up in Macomb. There's got to be some good ones up there, though. Yeah, Kim, what are the good restaurants up there?
Hey, is that a kookaburra?
I don't know what those are called, but apparently they enjoy sitting under a hot spring.
Oh. How many of these do you have now?
So many, because I usually grab 2 of them per day, so it's just expanding into a
I wish I had
whole
video.
bunch of weird content.
I wish I had video of our Charlie Tickles, our Chihuahua puppy, falling into the pool because she didn't know what the pool was.
You gotta
She was
learn somehow.
She just, like, literally, and then the dog that we had over fell in too. I mean, if the dog's not used to a pool of water being there. Capybara, is that what it is? Joel won the Dine in the D Dakota Inn contest. Luigi's in Macomb County, says Dawn. Excellent.
I have heard of Luigi's.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap this up and get ready to go do Live in the D, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. And then hopefully on Friday we'll be back to our normal selves.
I think so. Friday, everything will get better. Yeah. All right then.
Stay classy, Detroit.